What if the world we experience in sleep is not just a landscape of scattered dreams and forgotten stories, but a doorway to something profoundly real? What if the visions we glimpse in the quiet moments between waking and dreaming, the ones that slip away as light fills the room, are whispers from a deeper realm? These aren't idle questions. They strike at the heart of what many search for, proof that there's meaning, connection, and a thread of divinity woven into our everyday experience. I'm Mark Roach. Welcome to Transcendent, my platform where we explore what it means to live authentically and uncover the core of who we really are. And when that means shedding layers of pain, habit, or inherited beliefs, it can be a challenge. That's why this platform exists. And when I began this channel, my focus was on helping those with complex PTSD, those that had been forced through life to see into the cracks that defy many of the belief systems that we carry out into the world today and find their way forward. And over time, I've realized the truth about that view, that pain that those people feel, that I felt, and probably you have too. It's universal. Some endure it in silence, avoiding its weight until it demands to be felt. Others, like myself, must wrestle with it head on for some reason, unknown to many of us. But that's where our focus and our efforts lie. And you have to just face it early on, like I did, to survive. And often, wherever you are, hopefully this space is for you, for bringing you some comfort and helping you make sense of these disparate pieces that the standard homogenized stories tell us we should be, in contrast to what we feel really is experiencing or we're experiencing in our life. And for all of us humans seeking to connect with the spirit and that essence, or the part of us that no machine can replicate, in fact, no system can define. So today, let's talk about what Rudolf Steiner, a philosopher whose insights into the dream world deeply influenced the modern understanding of human consciousness. If you've ever woken from a dream and felt its lasting pull, then you'll find something in this perspective that resonates. Steiner approached dreams and sleep as more than biological processes. To him, they're sacred experiences, glimpses into a spiritual realm that most of us can only faintly access in waking life. He believed that dreams were fragments, symbolic pictures of a higher spiritual world, distorted but undeniably truthful. These images, he said, reveal connections between our souls and cosmic forces, stitching deeply personal truths with universal rhythms. They don't simply mirror the randomness of our daily lives, they reflect a reality far too vast and intricate for our waking minds to comprehend. It's through discipline, he suggested, through spiritual exercises and the cultivation of imaginative and intuitive cognition that we might begin to consciously piece together the messages buried within them. Now, this might sound abstract, but Steiner breaks it down further for those willing to listen. He described sleep itself as a spiritual process, moving through three distinct stages. At first, upon falling asleep, the soul releases its grip on individuality and enters in what he called an undifferentiated state, a longing to merge with the divine essence of the cosmos. It's a place beyond thought, where dreams drift in and out of as veils, a tantalizing reminder of the deeper truths hidden just out of reach of our conscious experience throughout much of our waking life. Then comes the second stage. Here the soul begins to experience itself as part of the cosmos, the relationships we've formed in this life. Sometimes even those from previous lives start to unfold before us. Karma emerges not as punishment, but as recognition, an interwoven dance of cause and effect that shapes our destiny. These moments touch our moral core. They linger. We carry the feeling into a waking life, often unaware that it's the aftertaste of a profoundly spiritual review. Finally, this third stage occurs. This is where things really move from the planetary sphere to the fixed stars. The soul ventures into a realm where spiritual beings dwell, a dimension untethered from the physical world. Steiner understood this stage as a time when we interact with the forces that hold the mysteries of birth and death, the infinite lives that we've lived and the paths we've yet to take. But the pull doesn't stop there. According to Steiner, our nightly journeys aren't just one way. When we transition back into waking life, there's a force, spiritual in essence, represented symbolically by the moon, that reconnects our higher selves to our physical bodies. The movement is cyclical, much like the breath of the earth itself, and it raises a question many of us are too busy to consider. Who or what draws us back? Why is it that we return? Well, Steiner's answer is both humbling and vast. He believed this return is part of the plan, a reminder that our consciousness is rooted in two worlds, physical and spiritual. It's important to pause here. None of this, for Steiner, was simply about intellectual curiosity or poetic musings. Dreams, sleep, and even the forces that move through our nights, they all serve one purpose: to shape who we are at our core. Beyond rest and recovery, sleep becomes a quiet reshuffling of our inner world. Moods, health, creativity, even the path to our own morality, all of this is influenced by what happens when we lie obliviously in the dark. Unconscious, though it may seem, it's here that our spirits align themselves with their purpose. Steiner believed that this nightly rhythm was a gift, a reminder that the cosmos is not a random, indifferent space. Instead, it's alive, moral, and aching to connect with us if we'd only pay attention. And what strikes me, though, is the application of these ideas to modern life. Most of us lead lives filled with noise, distraction, and endless momentum, aspirations. Who has time to stop and wonder about the spiritual dimensions of dreams? Yet, ironically, the more chaotic life becomes, the more those hidden dimensions matter. They restore a sense of balance, urging us to dig deeper into our experiences. What if each of us viewed our dreams not as random images, but as a map or as a guide? How might that sense of wonder transform us? Could those nightly fragments with their cryptic beauty remind us of who we really are? Steiner's work challenges us to stop wasting evenings as a forgotten stretch of hours where nothing matters. If even a small part of his teachings resonate with you, there's value in looking deeper, not just at our dreams, but at the quiet moments where life breaks from routine. Whether you adopt this lens, whether spiritual or psychological, one thing remains undeniable. Sleep is sacred. Dreams have weight. Both remind us that we are not mechanical beings simply trudging from one day to the next. We are connected to each other, to the stars, and to the realms far beyond what we see. I'm Mark Roach. This is Transcendent wishing you all the best.